Hey everyone, it's Clint. This is not my typical video, and that's because I'm actually on a business trip. So I'm in a hotel right now. So I'm gonna pull, I don't know, I feel like I'm channeling my inner comics matters, and you know, we'll see how this works with the cell phone. So you may have seen this. This was Neal Adams, and I have a little update to some of his words. He said this not too long ago. This is within, about a day, yesterday. He said this: "Whoa, I'm hearing that certain creatives are not getting work because of their Republican political views. I hope this is wrong. We are a creative community, not a political party. The very thought of that blackballing for political reasons happens would be just plain wrong." Okay, so first off, this is shocking to me that this is the first time Neal Adams has been presented with the idea that conservatives aren't welcome in comics. I actually met Neal Adams at a convention. Seems like a nice guy. He's a really, really good artist. But I will say that he's a veteran artist. He's been around for a while. And it does seem like there's a little bit of a divide between creators that have been in comics for a while and creatives that are newer. Some of the new wave of social justice types that are in comics. So this really circulated, and a lot of people it raised a lot of eyebrows. We'll say that. So this is his update. He said, "Well, 100 phone calls later, and I haven't found any talented artists or writers who don't get work because of their political views. I was pretty thorough, and I could be wrong, but I just can't find it. I hope all in our biz do well. Love you all." Okay, so if you look at some of the comments and the reactions to this this comment of his, this tweet, a lot of people mentioned, "Have you talked to Mike S. Miller? Have you talked to Ethan Van Sciver?" And I will add to that, "Have you talked to Richard C. Meyer?" And this is the problem. There's not an actual list. No one's going to actually write down a blacklist of people that aren't allowed to work in comics because of their political points of view. They do it in I guess, a more covert way. And so, well, in Zach's case, it was pretty overt. He got his publishing deal interrupted. It was stopped because of his political points of view. Right? This isn't unheard of. So while there might not be, something plain, I don't know who he called. Did he call Joe Quesada? Of course, Joe Quesada is not going to admit that there's some kind of a blacklist. But the way that this does happen is a few different ways. For example, Akari Press. It was mass flagged. This channel was mass flagged. This is a new comic creator, and his channel was mass flagged because of his political beliefs. That's a big deal. That can basically be the road to shutting down your YouTube channel, which is essentially shutting down any interaction he has with his fans and any mode he has to advertise. So this is one way that they blackball people, and that is preventing conservative creators from getting work in the first place. If you can't break into comics because of your political points of view, that's just as good as not being able to get work. So yeah, this is something that gets overlooked, and of course, I think it'd be worth Neal looking into a little bit more. Another way that they do it is they make things so difficult, and I'm going to pull up Nathan Edmondson again. This is the hit piece that was written on him. That it was all rumors that he was a jerk to work with or something like that. But in the same article, it mentions that he was conservative, he's openly Republican, and now he doesn't write for comics. No one's going to be happy with him writing for comics. So he's writing for television, he's writing, anything else he can do. And a lot of this is behind the doors, but this is how they do it. They just make life so difficult for creators who are conservative to keep working that they go elsewhere. So while it might not be an official stance, it's certainly a reality that a lot of people feel. Comicsgate is a great example of this. Neal's someone that I would love to. It honestly seems like his reaction was that of surprise. It would be really, really interesting to sit down and talk with him and sort of just fill him in on some of the stuff that's been going on. And I gotta believe that there are more creators out there who they've got their head down, they're doing their own thing, and they don't realize the extent to which that it's been really a hard place to work, a hard place for creators to get involved if you don't agree with this far left ideology. So I know that was a short video. I'm going to try and make some like this the next few days. I'd love to know what your thoughts are about Neal Adams, and maybe if there are others out there that could hear a little bit more about what's going on in comics. Like, subscribe, and I will see you next time.